What's going on, Knicks Nation? It is Richie from Knicks Media, and I want to break down these last two games for the New York Knicks. They have won 6 of their last 7. They beat the Washington Wizards in the in-season tournament Friday night, and then they take care of business on the back-to-back in Charlotte last night. And I want to share my thoughts, but more importantly, I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. These New York Knicks are red hot. They are playing great basketball, and I'm really excited to break it all down in this video. So, folks, don't forget to comment your thoughts and like the video if you did not already, and subscribe to Knicks Media if you are not already. We appreciate the support here, and now let's get straight into business because there's some things I really do want to highlight in this video. Now, the first thing I want to highlight is definitely the defense for these Knicks because that is the biggest reason why I believe that these Knicks are playing at top of their game. Tom Thibodeau is a defensive-minded head coach. We all know that, and Mitchell Robinson is developing into an absolute star. You could argue he's one of, if not the best center in the NBA, defending the rim, crashing those offensive rebounds, and doing his thing. I have a stat for you guys that I want to share that I kind of discovered when I was looking at the standings the other night. The New York Knicks give up 104.9 points per game, and according to the stats that I look at the rest of the standings, that's the lowest points per game allowed in the entire NBA. So the Knicks right now are playing their best basketball on the defensive end, and that's courtesy of Mitchell Robinson. You talk about the offense real quick. Dante DiVincenzo, ever since he's stepped in for the injured Quentin Grimes, has been playing his best basketball. Last night, the man put up 25 points, 7 3-pointers. Really cool to see Dante DiVincenzo find his rhythm with these New York Knicks, and that just shows you how deep this team really is because Friday night was Emmanuel Quickley's night, his homecoming against the Washington Wizards, and then last night was Dante DiVincenzo. And the most consistent element to the Knicks, as we all know, Jalen Brunson putting up 32 points, was going crazy in that first half. Julius Randle's playing better basketball. RJ Barrett's finally back out there playing after suffering some migraines. So there's so many things to unpack with these New York Knicks. It's kind of overwhelming in a very good way, a positive overwhelming, might I add, because there's so many players that deserves credit. And I really just wanted to start off the video with Tom Thibodeau because I think that he's somebody that should be getting a little more praise for what these Knicks have done so far this season. So the Knicks are 8-5 right now, currently in a playoff spot as the 6th seed early on in the season, and they have won 6 of their last 7. They are red hot, and you can say those 2 losses they had to the Bucks last Friday or 2 Fridays ago, that in-season tournament, the refs a little iffy, the Celtics game in the opener as well. They're very close to being 10-3, just saying. So these Knicks are playing at the top of their game, which is a beautiful, beautiful sign. Now, just getting into the stars last night real quick, Jalen Brunson. I mean, what more could we ask about Jalen Brunson? The chemistry that he has with Dante DiVincenzo in the starting lineup is definitely something special. When we signed Dante in the summer, we're like, all right, we got the Nova boys back together, Josh Hart as well, and we saw it last night. I feel like it's been a little bit this season to find Dante DiVincenzo's rhythm with the Knicks, and I think that he really fits with the starters. Now, I don't know what's going to happen when Grimes comes back, but you can tell that Dante is a former starter for all the other teams he played for, and to see him go out there put up 7 3-pointers really opens up this offense because now we don't have to rely on Jalen Brunson to do everything, and Julius Randle and RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley. I mean, the team is so deep that it's any given night there's a guy in the Knicks that can really take flight and do the right things for these New York Knicks. So it's really cool to see Dante kind of find his rhythm with these New York Knicks. Julius Randle has obviously been the player that's probably been, the most consistent in the last 7 or so games. He is just playing more facilitating, right? We're seeing a Julius Randle that leads the Knicks in assists. He is their primary ball handler, it seems. Obviously, Jalen Brunson is the point guard. He's the floor general. But Julius Randle is somebody that is getting his teammates involved, and so is Jalen Brunson. You know how rare it is to have 2 of your top scorers also being the top players that get the assists, because that tells you they want to get the ball in their teammates' hands and really facilitate the rock. And the other guy that I need to just give a shout out, who we started off the video giving credit to, is Mitchell Robinson. I mean, this guy is developing into somebody that is off the charts. I mean, he's not even developing anymore, folks. He is here. Last season was kind of his coming out party in terms of being really consistent all season long, crashing those rebounds, staying healthy. This year, he's taking his game to another level. I mean, he is so disruptive. He is hustling for every loose ball. He's getting every single offensive rebound you can ask him to do, protecting the paint, blocking shots with his left hand, his right hand, his pick and roll defense, his communication down low. You can't ask for enough for Mitchell Robinson. And of course, you talk about Mitch, you got to bring up Isaiah Hartenstein as well off the bench, because we got these two beasts of centers on the court for all 48 minutes, whether it's Mitch or Hartenstein. The Knicks are in really good hands with these two centers, and I got to give them credit, man, because they are playing at the top of their game. And now Immanuel Quickley, right? Friday night was his night. He absolutely took off, right? And the cool thing about these Knicks is, okay, Quickley, you had 27 points Friday. And then Saturday, he only had 9 points, but we didn't need him to do everything because that's how deep this Knicks team is. But going back to Friday night real quick against the Wizards, it was really awesome to see the Knicks fans take over that arena and just really show up and show out, because we know that the Knicks fans are traveling and they are represented everywhere across the country. And for Immanuel Quickley to be at home, seeing his mother courtside and do the things that he did, was just a really fun thing to see, man. Immanuel Quickley continues to be one of, if not the best players off the bench. I know there's a narrative out there that's like, oh, the Knicks should be starting Immanuel Quickley. Why does Thibodeau hate him? I personally disagree with that. I think IQ is the best off the bench. He played 34 minutes on Friday night. It's not like Tibbs is not playing him. If you come off the bench, does not mean you're not going to play a lot of minutes. Don't you worry, Knicks fans. IQ is going to get his in due time. So these Knicks are scorching red hot, and I really do think that the defense deserves the most credit for it. And of course, the offense, the arsenal of Jalen Brunson hitting his threes at a high clip from downtown, Julius Randle finding his game, bullying down low, RJ Barrett back in action, and the defense, the rebounding, the tenacity, Josh Hart, the loose balls, all about it. Deuce McBride, the depth is being tested for these New York Knicks. Friday night, we were without RJ and Grimes. We saw Deuce McBride, Evan Fournier step in. So the depth for these Knicks is something beautiful to watch, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I really broke down a lot because, again, there's so much to take away from these Knicks in these past few games. Love to hear what you guys have to say down below. Hit that thumbs up button if you did not already. Let's go, Knicks. And I'll catch you guys next time. Let's keep the ball rolling, baby. Go New York, go New York, go! Peace.